good afternoon. My name is Amanda and welcome to The Done Creative. Before we get into this reading, I just wanted to let you know I have a live stream channel called The Done Creative Live where I go live doing readings over there for you guys a few times a week. Link for that channel is in the description. But for this video, we're going to be figuring out what big changes are coming into your life. And I thought, what a better reading to film today than this one, because yesterday I actually got my Moldavite in the mail. So I would like you to meet him. I have named him actually Dr. Norman Langston. Yeah, totally random, but here is Dr. Norman Langston, my new Moldavite. And if you don't know anything about Moldavite, it's kind of hard to see here with my lighting situation and my camera, but it's actually a tektite. It's not even a crystal. It is kind of like a glass that is formed when a meteorite hit the earth in the Czech Republic. And this was like 15 million years ago, so this is a long time in the making, and it is a very rare stone, much more rare than diamonds. But yes, this is a cosmic friend sent here to help us with this new age of Aquarius. With we can use it for this, we can use it for such. Stone of transformation. But if you want more information about Moldavite, and if you're buying Moldavite, just be on the lookout for fakes, because it is a rare stone, so of course people want to cash in on that. So make sure you get it from a reputable site, which I actually got from Inner Vision Crystals. And this is my certificate of authenticity, and this is a very reputable, I did a lot of research, very reputable place. I am not sponsored, but if you're gonna order it from somewhere that is reputable. The place I ordered mine from, Inner Vision Crystals, was actually even featured on Ancient Aliens on the History Channel. So, good reputable site. Heard lots of good things in other reviews and everything, and when I held this bad boy for the first time, and every time since, I get a major buzzing in my hand. A heat kind of flushes over my hand. I don't get the full body Moldavite flush that they talk about, but man, it is powerful. So we're gonna actually let this little guy hang out with us at the top of the video here as we channel these amazing messages of what you can expect, what big changes are coming for you. So if you're new to Pick a Card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to try to center your energy, and focus in on piles number 1 with the Aura Amethyst, pile number 2 with the Pyrite, and pile number 3 with the Chrysocolla. And once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also pin them as the top comment. Please, please, please remember, these are general readings, so only take the information that resonates with you and your life and your situation, and leave the rest behind. So without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on your cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1 are those of you who chose the Aura Amethyst. Let's just take a gander at this bad boy. So beautiful. Amethyst is definitely a fave of mine, and we've got a heat-treated Aura Amethyst here. Little point cluster. I love it so much. But yeah, let's get into your reading. What changes are coming into your life? Pile number 1, and we're going to go ahead and just start with our tarot like we always do, and then get additional guidance from Oracle. Okay, so we have the 4 of Swords, 2 of Cups, and the 7 of Wands. Many of you have been in this kind of stasis or feeling like things really aren't moving forward. Just this need to rest, recuperate. Maybe some of you have been ill, or just, dark night of the soul even energy coming in here. But this is mostly past energy for some of you. With this 2 of Cups, this lets me know that you guys really are looking to connect emotionally with a partner, a friend, a family member. You're just looking for emotional connection in your life, or maybe you've recently realized with this 4 of Swords, where maybe you kind of went into a bit of a hermit mode yourself, that you don't have a lot of close connections in your life, or maybe you have a lot of close connections, but you just haven't been able to put the time and effort into those relationships. It's going to resonate differently for each of you, as this is a general reading. But this is letting me know that you are getting that connection that you need. Those of you who have been really, really busy, this is letting me know you're gonna get a moment to just catch your breath and make plans, and just immerse yourself in the present moment, because there's nothing more important than being present in your own life, because the present moment, that is where your power lies. A lot of us will project our power into the past and, the woulda, shoulda, couldas of life, or we'll project it into the future, the anxiety we have about, will this happen? I hope that happens. Your power is located in the present moment. And I'm even feeling a little bit dizzy just from this Moldavite being in the vicinity of this reading. So bear with me as we channel these messages from Spirit here about the big changes coming. But with this Seven of Wands here, I always call the Seven of Wands my house fire card. In the regular Rider-Waite depiction, the guy is rushed into battle with 2 different shoes on, a boot and a shoe. And he's totally barefoot in this one, I do believe. It's kind of hard to say, like, what's going on this one, but this one's definitely barefoot. And he's kind of got his hand up, like, stop, we don't have to do this. So this is almost showing me that many of you are going to see any problems arising in your life and be able to deal with them before they become a major issue. So it's almost like you, again, going back to that present moment, being very present in your life, especially those of you who are all up in your head, thinking about, the future, the past, just daydreaming a lot. I'm guilty as well. I do that a lot. But you guys, you're getting this sense of presence in your life. This is a very meditative card as well with the Four of Swords. So maybe you guys are really kicking up your spiritual practice or your meditation practice up a notch. But as a result of that, you're going to be able to see any obstacles or problems well ahead of time. It's like you have radar for the direction your life needs to go. And some of you, it's almost like Spirit showing me this tower moment, but you're the one with the detonator. You're the one in charge of how these things play out, rather than, big tower moments just happening all around you, or that kind of house fire energy I normally get with that Seven of Wands. You guys are taking it to the streets, you're getting present, and you're really kind of examining your own life and figuring out, what is it that I need to change to make myself feel the most fulfilled in my life. And you're going to start going in the direction of those changes. Some of you may have support of a like-minded friend or a partner or family member that is like totally on board to help you make these changes, especially if you live with this person. If you're wanting to kind of overhaul your home or, the place you call home, maybe moving or something like that, but you have a teammate of some sort. This could even look like a spiritual teammate, a spirit guide, a crossover loved one that you've been working with. They really want to help you make these big significant changes in your life. But this Four of Swords here has a little bird, so you may be getting little messengers of spirit through birds. Seeing a group of birds, a single bird, a very exotic bird, a rare bird. I mean, take this as it resonates. Maybe you're hearing songs about birds, I don't know, but yeah, Spirit really wants to highlight those birds. All right, let's get some more guidance from your oracle cards. Okay, so we're going to start right here in the middle. And I did forget to mention that this Two of Cups energy here, this is also about, we did talk about the partnership and stuff, but to me this is very Pleiadian energy, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because it looks like they're out on a ship in space and kind of letting their cups float. But to me this is soulmate energy as well. Maybe you guys are in connection or contact with a Pleiadian collective or the Pleiadians. However it resonates for you, those starseeds that are watching, you may know exactly what this means for your life. But we have the Blisscipline card, which is a play on the words discipline, or the word discipline, I should say. Discipline yourself to spend increasingly more time in bliss. Even if it's only one moment longer than you think you can handle, Blisscipline, it's such a funny word, puts you in the center of a spiral that twirls and swirls you ever upward, from glory to greater glory and beyond. And again, this is reminding me, this Blisscipline, you can't feel that state of bliss and joy and happiness in your life if you're not present. So once again, going back to that present moment and realizing that that is where your power lies. That is such a theme for you guys. Maybe you guys are, for the first time, or just the first time in a long time, realizing that you have more power in your life to create the life you want than you once realized. Maybe that's one of these big changes coming for you, is you're just realizing, I have the power. You're the He-Man of your own life. You really are. But pairing up this Guardian Angel, You Are Not Alone card with what we were getting kind of from the Pleiadian vibes of this card here. I'm actually going to move this up so we can see what's going on that card. You guys may be getting a lot of unconventional spiritual contact or communication with your guides, your angels, maybe the Pleiadians or some other collective, the Galactic Federation of Light, however it resonates. I know not everybody watching this is on that major spiritual path. So if this stuff is like woo-woo and out there for you, just let it fly on by. But if you're really resonating with this, just know you maybe even using the stone you use to select your pile, an amethyst, or maybe even more specifically an aura amethyst or a fire heat treated amethyst, can really, this is a crown chakra energy or crystal that helps you tap into that crown chakra energy. So maybe working with an amethyst, which is a very inexpensive stone or crystal to own and have, might help you. But going back to that bird symbolism we were talking about, now we've got a white feather coming out to play. So maybe some of you are seeing blackbirds, ravens, crows, but also white birds such as doves. I don't know what other white birds are out there, swans, whatever resonates, whatever white birds. Maybe you're finding white feathers in random places, and I know a lot of pillows and stuff have, or even like down comforters or down coats will have feathers within them. But Spirit's showing me coming up, you will see feathers in the most random of places, but they're really not random. This is Spirit putting these out in your path for you to find. So you may even find a feather in a drawer. They're showing me specifically someone opening a drawer and finding a white feather. Again, it could be any color of feather, but white is really standing out in this instance. So just be on the lookout. Be very present in your moment, and you won't miss these signs. That's what Spirit's really wanting to highlight with your group, is being present. You're going to be able to see all the signs, symbols, and synchronicities that Spirit is sending you if you're in the present moment. If you're in your head, if you're thinking about the past, you're going to miss a lot of what's right in front of you. So get present, group one, get present, because you are getting a lot of contact, a lot of symbols and signs and just communication from Spirit, and it's beautiful. So then we have here the Throne card. Your potential is endless, and we have a 45 up here, which is the end of a cycle. And I love here, it's hard to see, but I'm going to bring it up top. This wonderful Queen Witch here in the middle, she's got some fire coming out of her palms. So to me, this is really showing that you guys, even if you already are a healer or identify as someone with healing abilities, this is letting me know that your healing abilities in conjunction with your communication with Spirit are like going to be off the chain. So if you were a healer before, this is going to amplify it. So one of these big, beautiful changes coming for you is you're just really tapping deeply into these healing abilities and other spiritual abilities as well. Your clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience, these are all coming online and coming on deck for you to be able to utilize. You're leaving this cycle where you felt limited or like you weren't good enough or just like there was no possible way you could tap into these gifts. Even those of you who have these gifts and you know these gifts, it's almost like some of you have felt like, well, I've reached the top of whatever gifts I have. I've been capped. I've reached the limit. That's no. You're leaving that line of thinking or belief system that you've finally reached the limit of your spiritual capabilities, and you're flying so, it's like you're breaking that glass ceiling and flying so far beyond what you even thought was possible in your life, and it's so amazing. And this isn't just in your spiritual abilities. This is in your physical abilities, mental abilities, emotional abilities, ways that you're overcoming past emotional wounds that you thought either maybe you dealt with, but then it keeps coming back, or you're like, well, I just don't know how to heal this, so I guess I'll just let it simmer on the back burner of my life. But no, you're realizing that you can close these things out. You can move on and heal and forgive and move forward. So then we also have the Johnny Cash card. We've got a ring of fire here. So there's more fire symbolism. Of course, wands also represent fire. So maybe you have a lot of fire in your chart, but I'm also seeing a lot of air with these swords and these birds and these feathers, lots of air energy. So it's almost like you're balancing out some air and fire energy. Even if you don't have these elements in your birth chart, you're just utilizing more of that communication, more of that inspiration, these things that these elements represent in our lives. But Johnny Cash is letting you know, making the right enemies is as important as making the right friends. So this is almost saying, again, you being able to face those problems or see those problems coming a mile away, it's like you already have identified which people are the quote-unquote enemy or, the adversary, because I don't think a lot of you have what I would consider enemies. But it's almost like you're letting these adversaries work in your favor, or people that are coming up against you in some way. This could even be problem solving. Like, say you have a job where you have to troubleshoot or problem solve, and it's like you can almost see the solution to the problem before you even realize what the problem is. Like, with the help of your spiritual abilities, you're tapping into things beyond what you can even point to or say, okay, I think this happened because of this. No. And random, but up here on the table, past where you can see, I see the number 655, and I was really zeroing in especially on that 55. So maybe you Googling angel number 655 or the angel number 55, it's a master number, for additional messages. I don't know, I never really look at the board here because it just kind of blends into the background, but it was really standing out to me as I was talking about seeing those problems and gaining access to your precognitive ability as well. So maybe looking into those numbers will bring you some additional guidance. But it says here, heaven or hell, it's up to you. So this is, are you creating heaven? Are you creating hell? Are you allowing others to create heaven for you? Are you allowing others to create hell for you? And again, getting into that present moment, group one of the best changes you can do in your life is get more present, get more mindful about your life, about your surroundings, about your situation, your relationships, everything. Getting mindful, getting present, because you are either creating that heaven or hell. And yes, a lot of people are like, well, I didn't make this thing happen in my life. But really, I'm kind of subscribing to the fact that, yeah, we did. In a roundabout way, even if it was in a past life, we've created the exact environment, the exact circumstances that our soul needs for ultimate and optimum potential for growth. That's really what I subscribe to. You don't have to subscribe to that line of thinking, but I really do believe that, it's that cause and effect, and, what you put out, you get back. Even if you've been a complete saint in this life, maybe past lives you were the bad guy in someone else's scenario, and now you are, balancing those scales out. So, if that message does not resonate for you, just let it fly on by. Bird pun. But we also have here, darkness is your friend. So those of you who have been going through that dark night of the soul, are really looking into facing your shadow, or been just dealing without you wanting to face the shadow, just dealing with the shadow, just know that this is your friend. This is where you can find that potential, because you don't have to let that shadow be that bad part of yourself that you're ashamed of, that you want to hide and stuff down or stifle in some way. You can actually use your shadow, transmute that shadow into something that will actually act as hidden potential in your life. It'll act as a superpower. I like to say a lot of our shadow is just superpowers wearing a mask or a disguise. And when we finally, it's kind of like they're showing me now Scooby-Doo. At the end of the thing, we learned that all these crazy ghosts and goblins and hauntings were just people dressing up or, putting on a disguise and trying to fool other people. A lot of times our shadow wears those Groucho Marx glasses and tries to fool us into thinking it's something we should be ashamed of, when it's actually where this unlimited potential lies. When we can face our shadow and just dive into our own darkness. And again, that word darkness is kind of scary. A lot of people will think that darkness equals evil, and I beg to differ. I really do. Darkness is not evil. Darkness is just the things about ourselves we don't want to face, or, the things that are really difficult that maybe we shove down or push down. And we can actually go into the darkness. We take that ring of fire with us, that torch with us, we bring it with us, we face it, and we can really overcome some magical things and really integrate that shadow into our life as a superpower. So these are the big changes coming for you. Maybe some of you just have really had a hard time doing shadow work, or just even admitting you have a shadow side or darkness within you, because, we all like to believe that we're all love and light and all that, but, we're comprised of both. It is one side of a two-sided coin, light and dark, light and dark. So we've got it all within us. So when we can dive into that, when you especially, group one, can dive into that, you're going to see many powerful changes coming in your life. So I hope this resonated for you. You will have to let me know below any stories you want to share, or what you thought about your reading, if it resonated, if it didn't. I always love to hear whatever you have to say. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you right here back at The Done Creative, and also over on my live stream channel, The Done Creative Live, where I go live doing readings over there a few times a week. Hope to see you over there. Link for that channel is in the description below. All right, bye. All right, group number 2, or those of you who selected the beautiful pyrite, got with this awesome pyrite. Pyrite is fool's gold. It is a very beautiful stone, if you ask me. I love it. Just a very, magical stone full of fortune and abundance. So maybe some of you that selected this pile are looking to level up your wallet or bring more abundance into your life. Let's just see what we got. And as always with my readings, we're going to start with our tarot cards and then get additional guidance from the oracle cards. Alright, so we have the Three of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. So with this Three of Wands, this is letting me know that many of you have been kind of in the planning stages or just trying to figure out, well, what direction do I go next? Some of you have that figured out, some of you don't, so it's going to resonate differently with each of you, but we're going to dive into what this means. The big changes coming through are the plans that you have made or the plans that you're about to make or will make over the next few weeks are really going to start solidifying, and you're going to start seeing steps taken or actions taken in the direction of the plan that you have set out. And for many of you, that might look like taking a trip or traveling, or I just see someone just purchasing concert tickets or something. It feels like you are making things happen in your life because we have three wands coming in, and this guy is basically taking those three wands and braiding them into a rope. So he's utilizing what is before him. So one of the big changes coming for you is you're going to actually start seeing the resources, the tools, the people, whatever it is you need to make your plans become a reality or your dreams become a reality. You're going to start seeing these things appear in your life. Spirit is really lining things up for you to move in the direction of your highest potential, of your spiritual potential. For many of you, this is a very spiritual or very even communicative kind of energy that's coming in. A shift in the way you communicate, a shift in your ability or potential to communicate, especially those of you in love partnerships or family where it's really hard for you to speak your truth, or someone steps on your toes. A lot of times you just bury it down, you don't really say anything. This is changing for you guys. You are stepping out of something that really feels like you just kind of had to go along with what everyone else said to do, or just kind of stifling your own wishes and dreams and goals because you didn't want to step on anyone's toes or be a burden to anybody. But that is over. And even that just anxiety or thinking you're not good enough, limiting beliefs and feeling stuck or stifled. Because that Eight of Swords, all she has to do is remove the blindfold and kind of get out of this little cage of swords that has been built around her. But really, all she's got to do, because her head isn't even in the middle of these, it might be hard to see up top, but it's like she's about here, but on the back end of that. So she could just step away, and all those swords would no longer be pointing at her neck, and she could lift her head from that point, take the blindfold off, and just go on her merry way and make the plans, and then actually take the action in the direction of the plans. Especially where, these are all pointing at the throat, so that's really highlighting that throat chakra for you guys. I mean, you've got two swords cards, which already are about communication anyway, but then the fact that you're removing yourself, you're stepping away from those things that made you feel kind of gagged or like you couldn't speak the truth. The changes coming in are, you're going to feel like finally, some of you for the first time, that you can speak your truth. Or others of you that maybe you felt for a while, I can speak my truth, but then you kind of backed off for a while and decided to kind of maybe shift gears or speak about something else or do something else. You're getting back on track with what it is your soul is here to do, is what I just heard. So with this King of Swords, he is the ultimate communicator. He knows what he wants. He's not afraid to ask for it. He is going to actually make things happen. So you guys really are stepping into this leadership role in your own life, especially those of you who feel shy, introverted. Oh, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't want to step on any toes. Who am I to shine? All of that is very soon, with this Moldavite here, power infusing. Just take the energy of this Moldavite right now. Just allow yourself to open up to the energy of the Moldavite, which is all about transformation. It's a very Pluto energy. It could even be a Tower energy as well. Very 8th house stuff. Especially those of you who are ready for the hard times to be over. Embrace that power of transformation and rebirth of this Moldavite, because it will really infuse your life with what you need to do. It'll act as that flashlight in the dark to really point out what's no longer serving you, and then let you make plans to shift yourself out of that energy. Because for you guys, it doesn't feel to me like these things are just going to happen to you at all. You're going to have to be the one to take the reins, so to speak, and shift your life in the direction you want. This isn't just going to happen. So maybe even taking on some of this energy of the Moldavite, that'll help kind of put a fire under your butt to move in the direction. Especially those of you who feel blocked or stifled in your job or your creativity, maybe writer's block, or just feeling, that you can't work on a project because, I don't have time, I'm busy, I blah, blah, blah. They're saying make time. Make time. Get in the present moment. That was kind of a theme in group 1, but you guys getting really present in the moment is really going to help you, kind of do a bit of a mini life review. Maybe get a piece of paper or a journal if you're into journaling, and just kind of do a brain dump of all the things you wish you could do, the things you need to do, have to do, want to do, wish to do, all the to-dos. Get them out of your head and on paper where you can actually see them. Make them physical, at least in word form or written form, because that's a very swords thing as well. Because when we just let them remain thoughts in our head, that can overwhelm us and kind of even put us into that Eight of Swords energy. And right as I say that, I'm getting major crown chakra tingles. So I'm seeing this as a step, if you're watching a pick a card about big changes coming, it looks to me like you're already ready and willing to do some work. So step 1 of your work, get a piece of paper or your journal, get it out, and just write out the things your big dreams, your big goals, your small dreams, your small goals, and everything in between. The things you need to do, maybe you're not excited about doing them, but they've been on your to-do list. Just write everything out right now, and get a visual on it. Once it's written out, you have a visual, you have kind of put it into tangible form in the 3D world so that you can actually start making a plan to move forward on these things. Maybe in the writing of this list, or brain dump, if you will, you may see some things that you're like, yeah, I don't really want to do that anymore, or I don't think that that's a good direction for me, and that's going to give you clarity. What I'm seeing here with this King of Swords, this is clarity, because he is holding the Ace of Swords, which is the ultimate card of clarity. This king, it's not like he's wielding it like, I'm ready to go into battle. Like, he is setting firm and very comfortable in the clarity that he has received. And it's almost like this kind of triangle that's formed here that this King of Swords is within is almost like the tip of the sword, the point of the sword. So you've moved from feeling a victim of these 8 swords to then being the sword itself. It's like this King of Swords has embodied the energy of the Ace of Swords, which is all about clarity, communication. I mean, this is one of the best cards, the Ace of Swords. One of the best cards you can get in tarot for making some ish happen in your life, taking action, especially where communications are concerned, maybe stuff online, things to do with your career, your job. But you are taking it to the streets, my friends. This is amazing energy, and wow, big beautiful changes coming. Let's get some additional guidance from your oracle cards. Okay, so group 2. I love this. So look what we have here in the middle with this Awakened Dreamer card. Extraordinary becomes your new normal. And this is funny because these cards were printed in 2021, so they kind of have the knowledge of what happened in 2020 as that whole new normal catchphrase, which I can't stand that catchphrase, but I like it in this instance. Extraordinary becomes your new normal. Transport yourself to your ideal future and feel what it would be like to be living the fulfillment of your grandest manifestation. Marinate in this energy until the extraordinary becomes your new normal. Wow, and that's exactly what you're doing with that King of Swords, what we really picked up on at the end of that, tarot portion of your reading. And just, that brain dump you're doing, and I think I just missed the step about, you got it all out, now take action. But allow yourself that time with this Swords energy, that thoughts, feelings, and all that. With that thoughts energy, allow yourself to step into that Cups energy of feeling it. What would it feel like to be living your grandest manifestation? What would that fulfillment feel like in your life? And then just allow that energy to marinate in your life. Allow you to take that energy and marinate in it throughout your day. Kind of like you have a little secret that no one knows about, that you are going to accomplish these goals and dreams. Even if you have to show up at a job you can't stand, it's like you have this little smirk on your face, like I know something they don't. I'm going to succeed in my plans. But we also have here under this card number 29, which adds up to an 11. So you are awakening to something new. A big, beautiful change coming for you is you are awakening to something new, and that something new is feast. Slow down and celebrate yourself. So many of you, this is kind of a 3 of Cups energy mixed with Hermit mode energy. So you guys really are going, you're taking it to the streets, But I think before that, you're kind of going through a little mini hermit mode. And those of you, I'm hearing already, from a couple of you, like, I've been in hermit mode for so long, I can't stand any more hermit mode. But others of you that have been busy, have been grinding, have been just out there doing stuff, you're like, okay, that sounds like an actual dream to me, to have a little bit of slowdown, a little bit of hermit mode. And here we've got some cobwebs, we've got some really beautiful fruits, and like a spilled glass of wine here. To me, this is like representing the Ace of Cups. Something that you guys felt was, for some of you, this could be a relationship that recently ended, or even in the past has ended, that is still affecting your life right now. But because it's like, it's spilled, it's done, it's over, it's like she is going to then pick this up, go rinse it out, and start anew, start fresh. So some of you could be starting fresh in a relationship, but if you're not starting the actual relationship fresh, maybe you're just starting a new cycle within an existing relationship with fresh new energy, especially where communications are concerned. And even, I'm seeing a lot of earth energy here with these fruits. This is very grounded energy. So taking all this inspiration and communication that you're getting with these wands and swords cards, you're grounding that. The actual act of slowing down, writing out your plans, celebrating how far you've already come, because extraordinary is going to become your new normal once you can get this thing planned out, and actually even ruminate and kind of do a mini life review on where it is you've come from, where you're at now, and where you want to go. Putting it all together as a giant puzzle. And you're going to be clearing these cobwebs out as you do so. So some of you may be physically clearing the clutter from your wardrobe, from your life, from your home, from your energetic field, all of the above, or just whatever resonates. But you guys really are cleaning house, so to speak. Then here we have the Broken Arrow card. Embrace the energy of peace. So many of you, because he's even kind of struggling with these 3 strands that he's braiding into this. She's struggling with these sword tips. So many of you have been on edge or in that anxiety or depression state for so long. But this big, beautiful change coming to you is that you're going to finally, and I mean for some of you finally, be able to embrace this energy of peace in your life. Especially those of you who have just been go, 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 or even feeling stagnant or stuck. It's like both ends of the spectrum of people I'm reading for are going to converge in the middle to this state of peace, this state of oneness, this state of fulfillment that is going to then project you forward into what it is you're planning to do or wanting to accomplish in your life. So just taking this energy of peace that's ready to come into your life and embracing it wholeheartedly and fully, because you kind of need this. They're showing me now with the butterfly symbolism here. They're showing me right after that butterfly emerges from the chrysalis, it can't just take flight that second. It has to let those wings dry out. They're very sticky, very tacky. And if that butterfly had tried to take flight right then, its wings would remain deformed and it would never reach its full potential. So it needs that slowdown period of just, what the F just happened in that chrysalis? Oh my gosh, I need to plan for where I'm going before I just take flight. And that is very 3 of Wands, kind of more 2 of Wands energy, what we're picking up, but 3 of Wands is then taking the flight. So you're kind of doing all of this. We're picking up on the energy of your near future, and then maybe even kind of the next 6 months or so is really what I'm seeing for the kind of timeline. And again, these are timeless readings, so whenever you're watching this, 6 months out from now is when you're really going to be seeing some things ticked off your to-do list for sure. Then we have the Miles Davis card, and this one has been coming out very frequently in the readings I've been using my music oracles with. So Miles Davis, play like you don't know how. So this is kind of taking on, even if you think you know something about something in your work, in your creative endeavors, in your spiritual practice, kind of come at it from that place of the Fool energy, like you're a complete beginner and you don't know anything about it, and keeping a very open mind, releasing some limiting beliefs, because the more we know about something, the more we know, or the more we think we know. But when in reality, I can't remember who was it said it, but it's like, the more I know, the more I realize I know nothing. Someone made that quote, and I cannot remember for the life of me who it was, but you guys get the general idea. So it's almost like that, taking back on that energy of anything is possible, that wide-eyed child is really what I'm seeing with that energy. But also it says, progress is impossible without shock. So some of you, again, stepping out of your own shadow, stepping out of the past. Many of you have been really dwelling or living in the past with this 8 of Swords and letting that kind of, or even projecting yourself so far in the future that you kind of lose yourself in the moment, or, within the present moment, you're completely lost. So you spend a lot of time either in the past or in the future. And that will cause that kind of anxiety of being in the future and hoping, and the woulda, shoulda, couldas even of the past will create even depression in your life. But you're going to have to allow yourself at many intervals, not just one interval to slow down and celebrate yourself, but at many points along the way. It's like they're showing me a map from LA to New York. And along the way, you're going to have to make pit stops to refuel, to get food, to sleep, to use the bathroom, all the things you have to do on a road trip. Yes, you're excited to get to your destination, but half the fun of a road trip, or pretty much all the fun of a road trip, really, is the road trip itself, all the little pit stops along the way. But you need to allow yourself time along your path. So, here's the first thing you need to do to achieve a goal, and then here's your goal. So all those little milestones you're hitting along the goal, slow down, really ruminate on where you've been, where you are, where you're going next, and celebrate your little wins along the way. You need to celebrate yourself more. And those of you who have trouble celebrating yourself or realizing you did a good job, that is a change coming for you, as you're going to start to realize, wow, I am more magical and more extraordinary than I ever gave myself credit for, and it's beautiful. So then here it says, the key notes are those left unplayed. So this, with all this communication energy you're getting, this almost to me feels like, especially those of you who always had to have the last word, or, just really felt like, well, I guess I can't speak my truth at all. I'm really picking up this sense of, it's almost like what you say, yes, it has power, it has weight, but it's almost like, I'm almost seeing like someone getting on a fight on social media, or an argument in like on Facebook or something. It's almost like you speak your truth, you say your thing, and then someone tries to counterbalance or counteract what you just said, like as the opposite, and this is what I believe, and how dare you believe that, and da. It's almost like you kind of coming back and saying, well, let's agree to disagree, rather than going onto a tirade on why you're right and why this and why that. It's almost like or even just not responding. Just knowing what is meant for your communication, what is meant for your energy, and then just anything that's not up to par or up to speed with what you want to see in your future, just kind of let it float on by like a leaf on the river. Just let it float on by. That's really what they're showing me with this. So some of you, this communication coming in for you is basically just pulling away in certain areas or avenues. Maybe some of you are taking a social media detox or a social media break, and just letting yourself really get back in touch with who you are and the people that do mean a lot to you, and then you're reaching out to those people that mean a lot to you through other avenues rather than just relying on Facebook. Maybe you're writing someone a letter, or sending them a package with a little mug and a little, embroidery or something. Like, I'm thinking about you, I hope you have a beautiful birthday, or I hope you have a really good day. Just taking your communication another way. And some of you also, this could be, I'm really seeing writing really present. So some of you, especially those who've had writer's block, or just felt stuck in not really knowing what words to even formulate to make a sentence, this is changing for you. You're getting back in the flow with your communication skills. Alright, so group 2, this really is all I'm seeing for you, but I do hope it resonates. You will have to let me know below any stories you want to share or thoughts you have about this reading, whether it resonated or not. I still love to hear from you guys, and as always, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things, and I really truly do hope to see you right here back at The Done Creative, and also over on my live stream channel, The Done Creative Live, where I go live doing readings over there 3 times a week. The link for that channel is in the description below. Oh, there's my phone checking in. So I hope to see you over there. All right, bye. All right, group number 3 are those of you who chose the Chrysocolla. This is going to be your reading. So as always with my readings, we're going to go ahead and start with your tarot cards and then get additional guidance from the oracle cards. Okay, so we have the 3 of Cups, Knight of Coins, and King of Coins. This is masterful, very magical stuff here, you guys. I am excited. And wow, so let's just get into this with the 3 of Cups. This is all about celebration, sisterhood, brotherhood, soulmate, like soul tribe, soul family. Feeling like you found someone you can really just let your soul bear with. This is not just like a love partnership, but this could be a very close friend, family member, someone you have a really deep spiritual connection to, especially spiritual or even emotional connection. but there's something to celebrate. So one of the big changes coming up is you are going to have a lot more in your life to celebrate very soon. Some of you may be getting engaged and then planning a wedding and then having children very soon. Like, if that's where you're at, if that's the vibe you're riding, then congratulations, these are the big changes coming in for you. But if that doesn't resonate, this is just big milestone energy, either with people you love, people in your family, projects you're working on, things you're doing, accomplishing. Maybe even I see someone wanting to build a home, buy property, buy a new vehicle, these things. Lots of material wealth and goods coming into your life as a result of changes that you have made, shadow work you have done. All that work you've done in the past is about to really pay off and reward you very handsomely, very, very soon. So with this Knight of Coins, yes, this is one of the slower, it is the slowest moving knight of all of the knights in the tarot. But this person has worked diligently for a long time. Again, all of that past work is now starting to pay off, and finally, and I mean for some of you very finally, you've been working a long time or waiting a long time for these manifestations, these wishes, these desires to actually show up in your 3D world. So those of you who've been doing the work, saving the money, doing the thing, it's paying off. You are leveling up is what Spirit's showing me. You are going from the Knight to the King. And the King of Pentacles, he is Mr. Moneybags. He has all of his finances in order. He has paid off his debt. So maybe for some of you, the big changes coming are you're going to find a way to pay off your debt in a way that's not going to make you, like, they're showing me like house poor. Like, you buy a house that is right at the top of your price range, and then now you don't have enough money to buy furniture for the house or to go out to eat with your friends or anything because all of your money is going into this house. You're not going to be living like that anymore, especially those of you who've kind of lived your life like that. Some of you may even be meeting with a King of Pentacles kind of energy in your life, a financial advisor, someone who's really going to help you know how to budget your money. If that's already you and you've been working on that, disregard that message. But for those of you who struggle to hold on to your money, you like to celebrate and just give your money away or spend it on things that make you feel good in the moment, you're changing that. Those of you who already kind of operate that way, you're going to start seeing the fruits of your labor pay off. All that savings you have accumulated, you're now going to be able to put roots down somewhere or put that money towards something or invest in something that is really going to I keep saying really, it's going to support you in the long term. I mean, this guy, he looks very at peace, at ease. He's got a smile on his face like, I did it. And he's the older version of this knight that just kept showing up and doing the work and doing the thing. And it's finally paid off. It's finally manifested. And there is a lot of green, and I know coins and pentacles, that is earth energy. But maybe some of you are literally wanting to purchase property or plant a garden or start something that has to do with the earth or being outdoors. Maybe some of you want to start a landscaping business or a floral business or something to do with even crystals or flowers, essential oils, essences, apothecary stuff, all earth energy stuff. Maybe you're selling vegetables, or I'm even seeing someone like selling sage bundles or satchels of different herbs. I mean, some of you are starting some sort of, there's one person in particular watching this that is thinking, well, should I start that business of, the earth stuff? I'm hearing green witch as well, so maybe this is really random. I'm just going to listen. When Spirit tells me what to do, I just show up and listen. So I'm grabbing my green witch oracle. I'm just going to pull an additional card for you guys. I know this was not done in groups 1 or 2, but I heard green witch and then I thought of my oracle, so we're going to pull a card. Maybe this is going to tell us more about this. But those of you not wanting to start that apothecary, this is maybe just wanting to live a more natural lifestyle. Maybe you're looking into more nutritional foods or things that are really going to support the journey that you're on, but it feels very holistic, very healthy. So some of you may be, as a big change, getting your health and your lifestyle in a more healthy, natural alignment. And that could be a blessed change for some of you that are suffering chronic illness or have some sort of injury. Just getting out in nature, earthing, grounding, being very connected to nature is going to really emotionally fulfill you guys. Okay, let's get a card. I'm going to stop talking. We'll just get a card. Wow. Okay, now I understand why this was calling our name. I think I'm just gonna leave it here for now. I don't know. It's really gonna mess up because I have a very symmetrical layout, but oh well. I don't care. I really don't care. I pretend I don't, but I kind of do. But okay, we're just gonna put over the Knight of Pentacles. We remember the Knights under there, so we'll figure it out. But we have the Strength card, Fennel. So maybe Fennel is going to play the little seed, and the plant is going to play a role in helping you get healthy or helping you feel grounded. I don't know exactly what this is trying to point out. But then we have here the sign of Virgo, which is, of course, an earth sign. So maybe some of you are Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, or prominent placements within Virgo. I know myself personally, I have both Saturn and Mars in Virgo, so it's like I have one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake of my life at all times. But I am really directed here to this Ace of Swords energy. One sword here, and it's strength. It's like it's stuck downward or pointed downward, like it's conquered. It's not ready to fight. It's already conquered. It's already done the thing, and it's now, you know, just living its best life kind of vibe. So Ace of Swords, that's all about gaining clarity in your life. So maybe you are, you know, taking on a new role of communication as well, or just gaining clarity in, you know, realizing certain goals or desires or dreams or wishes you once had just aren't fulfilling you anymore, or you've kind of shifted gears in your communication or just the way that you want to show up in the world. We have the number 19 here, which adds up to a 10, which adds up to a 1, which is the fact you're at that beginning or that ending, you're closing out one cycle, ready to step into a new cycle. And that has been such a theme in my pick a cards lately. Wow. But let's get some additional guidance from your oracle cards. Yeah, we've got a lot of layering going on. I do apologize that we have extra cards, but you know, when Spirit's saying pull extra cards, I'm gonna listen. Let's make sure we're even here. Okay, I think we're good. So we're going to start right here in the middle. River of bliss. Running just beneath the drama of the surface is a river of never-ending bliss. Consider this your permission slip to dip your toe or dive in headfirst into the sacred swirl that leads you back to the shore of your joyous nature. So many of you, this is really saying one of the big changes you're getting out of is just dealing in drama, dealing in gossip. You're just wanting to go within more and just realize, you know, I'm done being immature in my own life or allowing others in my life to be immature around me. You know, not like, oh, I'm trying to control everybody, but you're just kind of letting people know the vibe you're willing to roll with, basically. And when you step out of drama or you quit participating in gossip with people, you know, at first they might kind of be shocked or like, oh, you think you're better than us, or, you know, something like that. But you stepping out of this drama, out of this gossip, out of this kind of lower vibrational, you know, cutthroat kind of energy. I'm seeing a very cutthroat, like kind of like Housewives of whatever town kind of vibe here. I don't watch any of that, but you know, I get the gist of it. But maybe you guys, maybe me bringing that up, maybe you guys are cutting out, you know, frivolous TV shows like reality TV that's just drama, gossip. You know, it's really not, it's like empty calorie content. It's not really fueling your life with anything beneficial that's really gonna, you know, help you make the changes you want in your life. So some of you may just be cutting out frivolous TV shows or watching TV or watching the news. Just participating in the mainstream is really what I'm seeing here. You're stepping out of the mainstream and stepping into a river of bliss. You're stepping out of the matrix, so to speak, and into something more high consciousness. So then under this card, we've got the number 13, which adds up to a 4. Support, stability, all that stability that you're building with those Knight and King of Pentacles there. But then with this Lioness card, it does say you have earned all your stripes. So all of the drama, all the gossip, all the past breakups and, you know, unfulfilled dreams. I just heard the song Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day cross my mind, so maybe there's a message in that for you as well. But you have earned all your stripes. Everything you've been through, all the failures and mistakes you've made along the way have really shaped and built you, because that Knight of Pentacles that's under this card here, yes, he is, you know, working slowly as to avoid more mistakes, but, you know, he's building something very stable as he goes. A lot different than that Knight of Swords that just rushes in and then, you know, half the time it doesn't really land, or it just doesn't really have that staying power that the Knight of Pentacles has. But you're really seeing all the mistakes you've made have really helped shape you and really helped you learn who you are and what it is you're here to do. So then here we have the Oracle card. It is an Oracle card, but it says Oracle, wait for important information. So some of you are waiting for important downloads or information. So getting out in nature, grounding yourself, and then connecting through meditation, this is going to be a really beautiful way that you can connect to spirit. And also we have here smoke, so it's almost like she lit some sage or some lavender or something. She lit it and then is now enjoying that alchemizing property of that smoke that is now the sage or the lavender that she's burning. So maybe connecting to smoke, whichever your smoke of choice would be. Mine, I love burning sage, and again, lavender. Let's see here. I got a couple pieces from my last year's lavender plant. These little teeny pieces, but it smells. It's got almost a sweet smell. I love it. I love it so much. But I just a lot of times when I set my intentions, I will light some lavender or sage and just watch those intentions kind of go up in smoke, which it kind of transmutes them or alchemizes them into my wish. So it's almost like a physical representation of my thoughts or my desires. But you are also getting a lot of important information from spirit through signs of nature, especially. Getting out in nature is going to be key for you guys. With group 1, we had a lot of bird symbolism. Here, the symbolism I'm really picking up on is maybe smoke, maybe seeing smoke, smelling smoke. There's that spiritual smoke that some people smell. Clairolfaction, I think, is there's like 2 or 3 words that people use for the clair of smoke. Clairvoyance is clear seeing. Clairolfaction is clear smelling or spiritual smelling. Maybe you're smelling perfume or smoke or something, but it's not there. It's a spiritual smell, but you're smelling it. But the symbolism I have, anything green, like greenery, nature. Also, we've got a mermaid tail here, so maybe you're seeing mermaids or even fish, dolphins, whales, anything that resonates from the ocean, shells even. Might be some signs that Spirit is sending you to let you know that there's important information on the way. But the big change coming for you is those of you who kind of felt disconnected from Spirit or from your own spiritual practice. Maybe you are getting into green, again with the Green Witch Oracle, Green Witchcraft, which is all about connecting to nature and really utilizing nature for good. It's a good witchcraft. A lot of times witchcraft, that word, really can trigger people because they think it's evil, and this is not the direction we are going with this. I'm also seeing the fact with these pentacle energies here, you guys really are strengthening your connection to the earth elementals, the fae, interdimensional beings, the earth elementals, even the air and sky elementals with the smoke here. I'm really connecting to the water as well. So just anything earth and water and air, and even smoke. So we've got, it's almost like the 4 pillars plus the ether. So it's like you've got the earth, the air, the water, and the fire, and of course the 5th one, which would be the ether or spirit. So you've got it all covered, and you're gonna really feel more balanced. That's a big change coming for you, is more balance in your life. All right, so now we've got the Patti Smith card. Jesus died for somebody's sins, but not yours. And this is really, if you're a Christian, don't let that trigger you. I think what she's really trying to say here is, take responsibility for your own life, your own actions. Don't wait for someone to come in, swoop in, and save the day for you. Be your own savior. Be your own knight in shining armor. Be the person to make the changes and take control and be that leader in your own life and find that source of inner strength. Remember the strength card we've got here. Find your own strength to be your own Messiah, so to speak. And, really be responsible for yourself is really what I'm seeing here. But that's a big change coming for you. Those of you who felt directionless or like someone needed to help you or point you in a direction, you're gaining that source of inner strength to know your own direction without other people having to point the way. Learn to make peace with eternal dissatisfaction. And I love that this is coming out here because, yes, all along the way, all those stripes you've earned, the mistakes, the disappointments you've suffered, this is all shaping you into who you are. And being at peace with that eternal dissatisfaction, what is the 3D realm but eternal dissatisfaction? Because we have ups and downs constantly, and a lot of us on the 3D world, 3D plane, it's constant down, down, down. Feeling stuck, feeling stifled, feeling, whatever we feel. But just coming to peace or surrendering to or coming to terms with that feeling of dissatisfaction will actually create in your life a feeling of satisfaction. So it's almost like that catch-22, but it works. Believe me, I've been there. It works. So then we have here, the most powerful form of rebellion is of the spirit. And I love this because no one can touch your spirit. Contrary to popular belief, people thinking about, people selling their soul in the music or TV industries, I really don't think, just my own personal opinion, that that's even a possibility, because your soul is not yours to sell. I mean, yes, your soul is yours, but it's not your ego's to sell. And who would sell their soul? The ego. The ego would. The soul would not sell itself. It just doesn't work like that. So the most powerful form of rebellion is of the spirit. No one can take your spirit, your soul away. No one can know you on that soul level so deep down that they can break you in any way. So just letting your soul or your spirit be that compass in your life, really allowing your spiritual practice to guide you in your life, this is going to be your saving grace from the pitfalls and the dissatisfaction of the 3D realm. So big changes coming for you is a more deeply rooted connection to your soul, your higher self, your spirit, and to the earth as well, because you guys are getting out there and really connecting back to nature, especially those who have felt maybe a little disconnect. Maybe you're living in a city or you just don't get outside as often as you would like. There's that confirmation from my phone over there letting you know, yes, your connection to spirit will be found through your connection to the earth and vice versa. So I think that's all I'm seeing for you, group 3, but you will have to let me know below what you thought. If it resonated, any stories you want to share, even if it didn't resonate, I love to hear from you guys. And as always, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you right here back at The Done Creative, and also over on my live stream channel, The Done Creative Live, where I go live doing readings over there a few times a week for you guys. Link for that channel is in the description below, and I hope to see you there. Alright, bye!